Once upon a time, in the village of Lanka, there lived a young woman named Faderera. Faderera was a very beautiful dark woman, known for her radiant smile and kind heart. Her presence could light up even the gloomiest of days in the village. Faderera was deeply loved by her husband, Akin, and adored by many children in the village. Her gentle nature and playful spirit made her a favorite among the young ones, who often sought her company. Faderera found solace and joy in playing with the children, showering them with love and care. However, not everyone in the village shared the same admiration for Faderera, Akin's mother, driven by her own biases and prejudices, never fully accepted Faderera as her daughter-in-law. Akin's mother's disapproval stemmed from Faderera's origins, as she hailed from a neighboring village and was not a native of Lanka. Faderera had been unable to conceive a child. After 2 years of marriage, this unfortunate circumstance led Akin's mother and his second wife, Balinal, to mock Faderera behind her back, using her childlessness as a weapon to belittle and taunt her. Despite the hurtful words and constant ridicule, Faderera remained resilient and compassionate. She held on to hope, finding solace in her loving relationship with Akin. Whenever Akin returned home from his daily work, he would embrace Faderera and reassure her of his unwavering love. However, Balinal, who had already given birth to a child, couldn't bear witnessing the deep bond between Akin and Faderera. Unbeknownst to Balinal and Akin's mother, Faderera was the one who made Akin rich with her power. Consumed by jealousy, Borler felt threatened by Faderera's presence and the love that Akin showered upon his first wife. Borler's heart burned with envy, leading her down a path of bitterness and malice. One day, Borler decided to take advantage of Faderera's vulnerability and orchestrated a plan to tarnish her reputation. She conspired with her mother, who had been Akin's mother's close friend, to spread false rumors about Faderera. They alleged that she had cast an evil spell upon herself, resulting in her inability to conceive. The rumors spread like wildfire through the village, poisoning the minds of the inhabitants. Faderera's once warm and welcoming neighbors began to distance themselves, fearful of the alleged curse. Faderera, unaware of the scheme brewing against her, couldn't fathom why the villagers suddenly treated her with coldness and suspicion. As the whispers reached her ears, Faderera's heart sank. She couldn't believe the cruelty and injustice of the accusations. The weight of the false rumors bore heavily upon her shoulders, threatening to shatter her spirit. Akin, deeply troubled by the rumors circling about Faderera, consulted the oracle on behalf of Faderera's childlessness. That year, Faderera conceived and gave birth to a baby girl. The birth of their daughter, Sheolwa, made Akin's love for Faderera grow stronger. Bola's jealousy had reached a dangerous level, and she was determined to go to extreme lengths to rid herself of Faderera's presence. As she learned about the village's tradition regarding the Asari, the treasured artifact, a wicked idea began to form in her mind. Knowing that Akin was next in line to be the custodian of the Asari, Balinal hatched a sinister plan. She decided to frame Faderera for stealing the precious artifact, hoping that the severe consequences of such an act would force a kin to send Faderera away from the village forever. Bolu carefully studied the rituals surrounding the Asari and devised a plan to make it appear as though Faderera had committed the theft. Late one night, when the village was shrouded in darkness, Balonal sneaked into the sacred chamber where the Asari was kept. With a devious grin, she carefully placed the stolen Asari into Faderera's belongings. The next morning, chaos erupted in the village when the news of the stolen Asari spread like wildfire. The villagers were filled with shock and disbelief, for such a crime had not occurred in living memory. The village elders called for an immediate investigation, and all eyes turned to Faderera, who stood accused of the unthinkable act. Akin, torn between his love for Faderera and his duty as the next custodian, found himself in an unbearable position. He couldn't fathom that Faderera would commit such a crime, but the evidence seemed to point directly at her. Doubt clouded his mind as he struggled to reconcile his feelings and the accusations against his beloved wife. Faderera's child was taken away from her before she was sent out of the village. Faderera, heartbroken and betrayed, made her way to the depths of the village river, unbeknownst to kin and the villagers. Faderera had a mystical connection to the river, which held a secret about her true origin. As Faderera stood at the water's edge, tears streaming down her face, she called upon the spirits of the river for solace and guidance. In a soft, mournful voice, she shared her pain and sorrow, pouring out her heart to the river that had once cradled her. To Faderera's surprise, the water began to ripple and swirl. As if in response to her plea, a figure emerged from the depths, a radiant being with shimmering scales and a gentle aura. It was the river spirit, who had watched over Faderera since her birth, hidden from the eyes of the villagers. The river spirit, filled with compassion for Faderera's plight, spoke in a soothing voice.
Federera, your purpose lies in your name, to bring radiance and light, a beacon of flame, with your connection to the river's flow. Spread love, healing, and harmony wherever you go.
Faderera responded to the river goddess. River spirit, I embrace this truth divine with newfound purpose. My heart aligns, I'll honor the river's gifts far and wide, and in this village, restore love's tide.
Federera, go forth with strength and grace. Awaken the souls and bring them embrace. You are never alone, for the river is your kin. With every step you take, let love begin.
Thank you, river spirit, for your guidance true. I carry your wisdom in all that I do dot with the river's flow coursing through my soul. I'll fulfill my destiny, making spirits whole, responded Faderera. Faderera's heart filled with a newfound sense of hope and determination. She realized that her connection to the river held a power that could not be extinguished by the cruelty of others. With the river's spirit as her guide, she vowed to seek justice and find a way to reclaim her happiness, embracing her true identity as a child of the river. Faderera submerged herself in the water, feeling a surge of energy and transformation. As she emerged, her appearance had changed, bearing a radiant aura and an air of resilience. With the river spirit by her side, Federera returned to the village, her presence shimmering with an otherworldly grace. The villagers, unaware of the power she now possessed, were taken aback by her transformation. Federera's first act was to confront Aken, revealing her true nature and the depths of his mother's deception. Aken, struck by the truth and overwhelmed with regret, begged for Federera's forgiveness. He vowed to make amends and stand by her side, no matter the challenges they faced. United in their resolve, Federera and Aken faced the villagers together with the river spirit's guidance. Federera unveiled the truth behind Bolu's treachery and the injustices she had endured. The villagers, now aware of the pain they had inflicted upon their beloved Federera, were filled with remorse. Bolu was shamefully made a slave to Federera, the new guidance of the village. With her powers, Federera used her connection to the river to bring prosperity and harmony to the village of Lanka. She taught the villagers the importance of unity, forgiveness, and acceptance, ensuring that no one would suffer as she had. Under Federera's guidance, the village flourished, and a newfound sense of peace enveloped the once divided community. Her daughter, who had been taken from her, was reunited with Federera, and they shared a bond stronger than ever before. The village of Lanka thrived under her benevolent influence of Federera, forever grateful for the gift of Federera and her connection to the river that flowed through their lives.
Federera, oh, Federera, oh, Emanike, Federera, oh, Federera, oh, Obiri Ropoto, to Shalawari, Federera, oh, Wana Kugofi, Enenu, Federera, oh, Jebure, Jebure,